This year, Apple made a choice that had everyone divided. They ditched the premium titanium build and went back to aluminum. I know a lot of people are upset. A lot of phones are scratched and changing colors. It feels cheaper, looks less premium, but sometimes it's not about the material on the outside. It's about what Apple did on the inside that truly matters. Welcome to another day in my life with the iPhone 17 Pro Max. This morning, I woke up at around 8 a.m. with 100% battery life, and today will be a pretty chill work-focused day, especially in the winter time in Toronto. There's honestly not much to do but to lock in and work. The sun goes down by 5 p.m. and it almost feels like you're running out of time. I think that's why a lot of people like moving to warmer countries during this season, including myself. I've been using this phone for the past 3 months, and honestly, this might be Apple's most complete Pro Max yet, not because it's revolutionary, but because they just refined everything that really mattered. Wakey.
Alright. So what we do today?
Today, we're back, bro. We're back. I know I haven't posted in a month, but today we're doing a day in my life with the iPhone 17 Pro Max. I feel like I haven't done a day in the life in a minute, but whenever it's November time, it's usually busy, and it's also my birthday month, so I was super busy with moving. Finally, we're kind of settling to the new crib right now. Still waiting for a little furniture pieces, new sofa, stuff like that. But for the most part, I think we're ready to start making videos again. As I said before, my day in the life series today, we're gonna test out the iPhone 17 Pro Max. I've been using this phone for over 3 months, and usually with my day in the life videos, I bring the phone throughout my day, whatever we encounter. I know some of you guys are wondering where I was, but I did take a little quick vacation for myself. Went to DR, came back and everything. So I said before, ready to work. And before we start, of course, let's dive into the specs of my iPhone 17 Pro Max. I have the iPhone 17 Pro Max in cosmic orange with 2 terabytes of storage. Now, this color is definitely polarizing. In certain lighting, it's straight like a proper bold orange, but in other situations, it could look almost coral or even have a pinkish tone to it. I like it, and I think it's a nice change, but personally, I like the white and silver version way better. I think the color matches well with my outfits more, but hey, I wanted to try something different this year, and cosmic orange it is. And of course, I'm rocking my fractal glass design wallpaper pack. They come in a bunch of different colors as well, but this is the glimmer orange one, which matches the cosmic orange really well. Let me know which wallpaper you're rocking. All links will be down below in the description. Back to what I was saying, of course, you can see it's been through some battles. I've dropped this phone a couple times, and in result, there's this deep scratch at the bottom left corner that completely scraped off the cosmic orange paint and exposed the raw aluminum underneath. Then up top, the left corner right here, there's this pretty decent dent, which when it first happened, I was like, I'm not gonna lie, I was sick, genuinely upset. But after a few weeks, I got over it. These scratches and dents, they just tell a story, you know what I'm saying? Plus, the phone feels so incredibly good in the hand that I legitimately just could never see myself putting that case on it. And here's the thing. Even though the aluminum feels cheaper than titanium, Apple completely redesigned the internal structure. So this is a heat forged aluminum unibody, which is actually lighter than the 16 Pro Max at 233 grams. And the thermal management, this is where the magic happens with Apple's design laser welding vapor chamber sealed inside. The outside might feel less premium, but what's happening on the inside to me is something special. And speaking about special, let's check out that front facing camera, which is now 18 megapixel recording at 4K 30 right now. I'm just going outside. I know it's freezing, but I want to show you guys what it looks like. Snow is absolutely beaming outside right now. This is how it handles dynamic range. You can see it's still kind of blown out. It's kind of hard to focus for the background and me, so I have to touch myself, and you can see the camera is just going crazy. But the cool thing is this year, it's like a square sensor, so I could hold my phone in portrait mode and still capture a 16:9 aspect ratio instead of like turning the phone this way, if that makes sense. So that's pretty cool. And then if we jump onto the rear cameras, this is what it's looking like. Really nice. This year, we got a lot of zoom to play with. So this is 2 times, 4 times, and then 8 times zoom. And then we could digitally zoom in even more. So Yeah, the zoom has increased a lot this year. Shout out to Apple for doing that. But as I was mentioning, guys, your boy's suited up, ready for a run. Let's get it.
I don't usually do this unless I'm drunk or I'm high, but I'm both right now. Got me talking about my life. I don't usually do this unless I'm drunk or I'm high, but I'm both.
Hi, y'all. It's currently 10:35. I know it's pretty late. It was a lot of traffic to get here, but time to get that running, put 5K in the bank for some breakfast. So we're gonna try to hit 5K today. Hopefully it's a good pace. I've been running for a while, but I don't know, today I feel like I should get something in the bank, you know what I'm saying? It's pretty cold, but once I start running, I should feel the heat. So today we got the Apple Watch Ultra 3, and also I'm gonna be running the Power Beats Fit. So this is the new one from Apple. I actually love this headphone. I feel like it's the best one to use. It's in black as well. Way better than AirPods Pro if you're doing something like more active. Woo! Bro, you can see how it's not pretty today, bro. But you already know how Chevy does it, man. Rain, shine, snow, we outside. The 17 Pro Max is a big phone, and this is how it look in my pockets. It feels like it's weighing me down, so I usually just run with it in my hands. I still think the regular Pro size is the way to go. Perfect form factor. Let's start this run. Outdoor run. 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm both. Yeah, I had a drink. Yeah, I smoke. Yeah, you think I need you, but I don't. Just left out Dubai with all my folk. Open water, my location is remote. Shout out Yachty, but this ain't a little boat.
I just finished quick. I wanted to do a 5K today, but it didn't happen. We did 4.84 kilometers. I was very close. 27 minutes, so not bad. And I'm absolutely just tired. It's cold, it's windy. This is not the conditions you want to be running in, but it was good though. Apple Watch intact, Harvey's fit, solid. It didn't fall out, not once. Battery life update, what time is it? It's currently 11:36 and we still have 81% battery life. Phone freezing cold to the touch, by the way. But anyways, we're gonna go home right now, get ready for the day, freshen up, because I said before, it's like a super heavy work focused day, so we have a lot of content to film and produce, so we have literally no time to waste. The sun sets way too early these times of the year, so let's get to it. Let's go. So on my way home, I tried calling my friends to figure out what was the plans for today. Guess what? No one was answering me. So yeah, L friends, bro. Instead, I just went on social media, you know what I'm saying? Like a regular person would. Went on Instagram, see what was happening, doom scroll, Twitter for a bit. As usual, I'm always big on cellular connectivity because I'm underground a lot. And the cellular connectivity on this phone has been fantastic. I'm constantly getting strong 5G or low LTE signals, even in areas where my previous phones would just drop to SOS. Alright y'all, so I'm back home. That was extremely cold outside. It's currently 12:17 and I have 73% battery life. I was initially thinking I'll be home by 10 a.m. but hey, it doesn't always go how it is. So we got the plan. We're gonna have the 3Gs. Sheesh, we're not talking about cellular data right now. 3Gs, we're gonna try the G-turn, take pictures, do the Maybach bounce, try to make like a viral video. Let's see how it goes. Right now, I have to get ready, shower up, get fresh. Anyways, too much talking, let's get to doing. Now, whenever I'm showering, you guys know I like to play music, right? So I like to just blast some music and I could confidently say when the shower is running, I can hear the music clearly, and that's all that matters. Also, this phone is IP68 water and dust resistant, up to 6 meters for 30 minutes. I've had the screen get completely wet to the touch. It's still responsive, works perfectly. Face ID still works, so if you have to answer an emergency call while showering, you're good to go. All right guys, just got ready. Currently it's 1:22. I don't know why the brightness went so low, but 1:22 p.m. and we have 61% battery life. Not gonna lie, usually I would have more battery life around this time, but I think because I'm pushing the phone to its limits, the battery's kind of taking a hit. Before we go and shoot, I said before, we still have a lot of work that we need to do. So I'm gonna bang out a few emails, reply to important messages from the team, and just structure the rest of the day so I could have everything organized. Well, any further ado, of course, you know, your boy is rocking that Opera browser desktop. One of the biggest parts of my workflow is staying efficient, and Opera has become a daily tool for that. What I really like is just how naturally it fits into whatever I'm doing. I'm always multitasking, so my tabs can get out of control pretty fast. Tab Islands though lets me group everything into its own category and allows me to collapse all the group of tabs I don't need. Another feature that has been huge for me is split screen. Instead of opening two windows or dragging things to different sides of the monitor, I could just drag a tab downward and Opera automatically splits the screen for me. So whether I'm writing scripts, reviewing footage, or fact checking, it's always taking multitasking to another level. And then there's the sidebar, which I didn't realize I needed until I started using it. I could check my messages, open my socials, or reply to someone without leaving the page I'm working on. It sounds small, but not switching between apps really helps me stay in my workflow. And I also keep the music player pinned. There, it's detachable, so I can move it anywhere on my screen, even outside the browser. Everything I use the most is right there at the side of my workspace, so I never break focus. So yeah, guys, listen, if you want to boost your productivity, just make sure you try out the Opera browser for free. Links down below. What an amazing fit, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the drip session with Shevon Salmon. You know what I'm saying? We go corduroy vest, pleated long sleeve sweater, nice little LV jeans, and then Burberry on the feet. But let's get to it. All right, so now we're back in the distillery, and this is where I wanted to shoot this IG story content because it's the winter season now. Distillery is just the perfect area to bring out that holiday spirit vibes we're going for. For this shoot, I want to keep it super natural and authentic, no overly scripted stuff, just hanging out, vibing, just naturally incorporating the glasses into the content. Bro, I can't even feel nothing. It's like I might put my hand in the fire and I wouldn't even know, bro. The video capabilities on the iPhone 17 Pro Max are really good. I'm also shooting some of the clips in Apple Log 2 for maximum dynamic range and color grading flexibility. The iPhone also supports ProRes RAW video recording now, which is the first time on any smartphone, so you'd need an external SSD and apps like Final Cut Camera or Blackmagic Camera, and it records the raw sensor data for maximum flexibility. Honestly, this is a feature I never really use, but it's just good to know it's there just in case you need it. All right, time update, 4 p.m. Way behind schedule, I'm not gonna lie. 27% battery life. I've just been like working. Did check social media a couple times, but mainly just taking pictures and getting the job done, which is what the iPhone 17 Pro is really meant for, like producing content. At the end of the day, yes, it's still a smartphone, but I feel like what smartphones are really come to nowadays is what's inside the camera and how does it perform when under load. So anyways, I'm gonna do a quick outfit change because this fit doesn't match with the aesthetic that I'm going for with the G-Wagon. So let's do it. Got the fit ready for the shoot. Calm, cozy fit. You already know what time it is. Let's get to it.
I'm going straight for they top. Money train Glock North can't be stopped. Yeah, Atlanta tryna give me that mop. Top, yeah, stripper tryna put me on my socks. I just bought a house, yeah, I'm talking about my watch. Hey, you gotta watch out cause you plot. Yeah, hey, ain't no deadline on revenge. I'ma be the the last man standing. Hey, we can go body for body. Yeah, we can go mans for mans.
Finally, I linked up with my boy Abbas, and of course, you know what time it is. It's time to just get to work. All right, so right now, I'm gonna show you guys how I take my Chevy aesthetic pics, because a lot of people always ask me like, yo, how do you get your pictures so clean? This is my boy Abbas. He be flicking me up most of the times, you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna put the iPhone, it's so windy. We're gonna put the iPhone 17 Pro Max to the test today. We have the G, and I feel like this area is like the perfect location, you know, matching the tones that we're going for, white, cream. And we're gonna start with trying to get like a side profile shot. So first thing first, when we're taking these pics, clean the lens, bro. You know what I'm saying? Clean the lens. Camera control, I turned that off, so I have it set to none. Honestly, I think the camera control is a huge hiccup whenever I'm filming. It gets in the way. I make sure I turn it off. You could see I have my grid on, which is going to be crucial to get that rule of thirds going. Level is also on because I like to have my images level and flat. You don't want it to be tilting. It just doesn't give that aesthetic look that you're going for. That leads on to my second step, which is having a good low exposure setting. So what I like to do, just come into here and then punch in my low exposure. I don't like to do this manually because now you can't focus anymore. So you want to manually go in, choose your exposure settings. Depending on the lighting, I usually go -1 or sometimes -1.7. It just depends on how bright or dull the scene is. But let me cook up these pics real quick and I'll show you guys the results. And maybe go over to my Instagram, Shevon Salmon _, and you'll see the results and all the engagement it gets. So let's get to it.
I jumped off the porch and got that torch, even though my grandma had cable. Yeah, look, we been outside.
I know this isn't your guys' first rodeo, but the camera system on the 17 Pro Max is probably one of my favorite upgrades this year. We now have that 48 megapixel cameras for the main, ultra wide, and telephoto. That's the first for iPhone. Every single camera is now getting a heater. The main camera has been solid for years. It's no surprises there, but the ultra wide, also being 48, is now great because the ultra wide shots finally have the same level of detail and sharpness as the main camera. But the real game changer is the new telephoto lens. Apple switched from a 5x telephoto on the 16 Pro Max to a 4x telephoto on the 17 Pro Max. But here's the thing, the new 4x camera has a 56% larger sensor, and you could now sensor crop to 8x with optical quality, so you're actually getting an 8x optical zoom quality that looks better than the old 5x ever did. All right, y'all, so just finished up taking flicks, and I'm not gonna lie, I think I got some nice pics in here, all different kind of angles. This is probably one of my favorite angles right here. But I'm gonna take more pics throughout the course of the weekend. We did get some accessory shots as well, like this. But you know what I like? As I was taking pics, I could just see like how bright this year's iPhone display is. It's up to 3000 nits, and Apple added this new anti-reflective coating that legitimately works. Right now, as you can see it beaming right here in the headlights of the G-Wagon, I have zero issues with seeing the screen. You don't need to be squinting or anything or trying to find shade. Outdoor contrast is also 2 times better than before. So just know that whenever you're using this phone outdoors, you'll be perfectly fine. And another thing is I don't use any screen protectors or case on my phone, and the ceramic shield this year is impeccable. There's no scratches on the screen. I keep my phones in my pocket, keys in my pocket sometimes. I have my wallet in there, and it surprisingly has no scratches on the screen, which is good to see, because at first I used to get super annoyed when I have scratches on the screen and seeing it, but the fact that it's not there anymore, amazing. So love that about the new ceramic shield. I just want to quickly show you guys how to edit my photos using the Photos app. Usually I'd shoot underexposed and then up the shadows, play with the contrast until I like it. And since this was a top-down shot, I also cropped in some more to fit that rule of thirds. And after that, I copied all the edits and pasted them to over 50 other images. For reference, guys, listen closely. I did the same edits and pasted them to the same images on my iPhone 16 Pro Max, which had the A18 Pro chip. And guess what? It took a lengthy 18 minutes and 34 seconds. Huge difference to performance here. If you're into more stylized editing, I also use my own custom Lightroom presets. I have a pack called SS presets. I mainly use these for thumbnails or whenever I shoot on my mirrorless cameras. I'll leave all the links down below. My go-to presets are SS3 and SS4. I apply my preset, tweak the shadows, highlights a bit, up the contrast a little, add some little grain, and boom, you have that warm, nice, cozy, cinematic look that some people might prefer. So this is how I usually edit on Lightroom. I have another example here when I brought the G-Wagon out to this nice road. You can see the greens in the back, how the snow looks, up the shadows on my outfit. And I think this looks really nice, especially when you zoom in, you can see all the details here. And again, that's just the beauty of shooting in Apple Pro RAW. Alright, so as you guys know, I usually like to do my traditional day in the life tweet. So I'm gonna do it right now, but the thing is, my Twitter got hacked. So if anybody knows about my main Twitter account, it got hacked. So I'm on the burner right now. So let's see if anybody knows what I'm talking about, because I've never tweeted stuff like this on the burner before. So let's go ahead and say hi to be in my day in the life video. Take a little selfie, or actually take a picture of you guys right here. Boom. Tweet. Hopefully get some traction. Not actually Shevon. Good thing I made this account. Alright, so quick update. Bro, I just can't get over how like it's pitch black, bro. It's only 5:37, but I'm gonna pick up my friend right now. She's having a, like, I don't know, she's hosting a birthday party for her friend or whatever, but it's her friend's birthday, so we're gonna pick up some few stuff, and then by the time we're finished all those chores, we could now link up with the guys. So what do you think? Do I look good in the G-Wag or what, man? I feel like I'm a G-Wag type of like, nigga, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm a G-Wag type of nigga. The aura is insane. When you're driving on the road, it's just like, watch out, man, I'm in the G. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the G. You know what I'm saying? Watch out, buddy. Alright guys, back in the car. We're just in the spot trying to find some gifts for a friend. It's currently 6:08. Let's just look at some of the store replies, if we're getting some replies right now. The reason I have my camera out is because I think I might have to charge the phone. It's only 6:08 p.m. and we have 9% battery life, and we still have a long night to go. Let me just go through some of the tweets. Let's see if we got anything. Ooh! Everybody's replying. No way people are replying on the burner, y'all. Which is kind of crazy. I didn't expect. Over 36 replies, not as big as my other account, but my other account got hacked, so what can we do? Gotta start back from the top. It's just something about it. Alright, so we have to get ready. Our bus is ready. Quick change. At the Soto with the guys. I already know what time it is. It is actually 7:51. I feel like it's supposed to be like 11 p.m. right now, but it's only 7:51. We have 71% battery life. And I feel like I'm mainly taking pics of the G-Wagon because I'm trying to post an Instagram dump, and this is how I do it. The iPhone was kind of unfortunate that it died. So from 8 to 6 p.m., quick little battery update. This is what we use the most today. So camera, you can see it was on screen for 46 minutes longer than usual. Messages a lot, home screen a lot. Go to battery usage, you can see we got 6 hours and 15 minutes screen on time, 4 hours and 28 minutes screen idle. A lot of Notion and Spotify. Thank God the stock market was on a break today because it was Thanksgiving. If it wasn't, you'd have seen Wealth Simple being like the most used app. So it did a lot better today than most days, because when you're on certain apps for a long hours of period of time, it just eats up the battery life. But anyways, let's get ready and go get some eats.
Took the Corvette to Half Moon Bay, it's foggy out. Grabbed the green tea, after that, brought the Porsche out. I let her rock my hoodie real quick, she felt the ocean breeze. Dropped her right back at the crib, then back count G's. $250,000 in 20s, we gon' need machine. Nigga, this the 63S, not the 43 was heading. I've been searching the brown, but still ain't bound.
What phone you have? 17 Pro Max? We had before. 16 Pro Max?
15.
15? Were they upgrade or no?
Yeah, it's gonna upgrade.
How about you?
Only because there's just a difference. No, other than that.
So you only got it because it look different?
look different.
Alright.
If you don't have the new design, you can't hang with the gang.
He wasn't saying that before, bro. He was telling me it's a waste of money. Bro, bro really switched up for he's R farming the Ultra, dog.
Hey, if it doesn't look like this, I don't know what to tell you.
Bro, let's go, bro. All right, finally, it's time to get some eats. We're heading to Soto for dinner, and it's an amazing Italian spot here in Yorkville, and the vibes are always immaculate. Plus, the low light ambiance is just perfect for testing night photography on this iPhone. Man, I just love the vibes here. Dim lightings, candle, cozy atmosphere. It's a perfect vibe for the winter. Now, as the food arrived, you can see how excited I was getting because I was actually starving. So I opened up the camera, night mode was automatically activated, and the iPhone was ready to cook. It just uses computational photography to brighten the image, reduce noise, and maintain color accuracy. As you can see the results right here, it came out pretty clean. The colors are accurate, there's tons of detail, minimal noise. Night mode on iPhone has always been great, but with the larger sensors on all 3 cameras this year, low light performance has noticeably improved. One thing I think that's a little bit hit or miss is the flash photography. It isn't the best on the iPhone, to be honest. Here are some examples on screen, but flash photography is kind of hit or miss on the iPhone. Okay, so finally, we finished up eating and I convinced my friends to go about find a parking lot so we could actually do this G-turn that I've been talking about. We could put the Maybach like in the middle. Yeah, we're gonna put it in the middle, so you guys have to go super off-centered. Yo, should I put the Maybach like right here? I could even come up some more, right? You have to do the Maybach bounce, boss.
Holy.
It's cool. Good?
I put my heart on my live. I gave it all I could give. I made it hot at the crib.
Yeah, that's sick. Holy, look at this.
I'm a no for real. I pull four in the field. You already know what it is.
Appreciate it, bro. For real. Yo. I'm so dumb. I should have just been keeping the steering wheel straight. I'd have been get it. So as I was going home, I thought I would just give my final thoughts on the iPhone 17 Pro Max after 3 months of real world usage. What I love, firstly, the design. Going back to aluminum was the right move. It's lighter, it dissipates heat better, and it feels incredibly in the hand. Secondly, the cameras are nice. Having all 3 cameras at 48 megapixel with ProRAW support is huge. Thirdly, the battery life. It's legitimately the best battery life I've ever experienced on an iPhone. I'm constantly getting through full days with heavy usage without any battery anxiety, and that's huge for someone like me who's constantly creating content. And lastly, I love the new bright screen. 3000 peak nits of brightness is insane. It handles everything I throw at it with ease. That was probably one of my favorite upgrades, just how fast that A19 Pro chip is. Now you might be asking, so Shevon, what's the downside? What could be better? And honestly, the price, like starting at $1,199 for the Pro Max is kind of expensive. If you go for the 2TB model like I did, you're looking at close to $2,000, which is a lot of money. But if you're a content creator, photographer, to me, it just might be worth it. I got home at 12:30 p.m. and I currently have 55% battery life left. But honestly, we've had a really full day of heavy usage. The final question a lot of people are asking, should you upgrade? If you're on an iPhone 14 Pro Max or older, yeah, this is a solid upgrade. You're getting a much better camera system, way better battery life, a brighter display, faster performance, and modern features like the action button or camera control that I never use. I think if you're on an iPhone 16 Pro Max, probably not. How many times are you gonna be transferring 50 plus images, editing on Lightroom? Take that into consideration. If you're not, it might not be worth it. Now, if you're on Android and considering switching, the iPhone 17 Pro Max is probably the best iPhone Apple has ever made. And if you could get past the iOS learning curve and you're invested in the Apple ecosystem, to me, it's just an incredible phone. Okay, Google, turn off all the lights.
All right, turning 14 lights off.
Boo, this one.
Alright. Nah.
Yeah.
First try.